telling yourself? They can't stop me now. Easy. Dirty, I can say what they want. They could never stop me now. They could do as they please. They could never pull me now. 'Cause I was born as a winner. I was born as a winner. Dirty, I tell me what you see. Now come in like you full of energy. All you can't tired, but mine it don't walk in. When they try to get me fired, oh God, that ain't walking. Try to make me home a living, but mine that ain't walking. Why you be a man to do me, but that still ain't walking. Give up now, advice for you. Don't try me, I'm too blessed for you. I come from a humble place where Jaja watch over way. Dirty heart, you can say as you like, you could do as you please, but you ain't stopping me. No way you ain't stopping me. You could waste energy if you like, but you can't stop me. My youth, you ain't stopping me. No way you ain't. Dirty heart, you say what they want. They could never stop me no. Oh, they could do as they please. They could never pull me no. Oh, Lord, I was born as a winner. I was born as a winner. Dirty heart, tell me what you see. Now come in like you full of energy. All you can't tired, but mine it don't walk in. When they try to get me fired, oh God, that ain't walking. Try to make me home a living, but mine that ain't walking. Why you be a man to do me, but that still ain't walking. Give up now.
A pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Try for years and up to know you
And how are we doing this afternoon?
know that this thing in work.
All you feed off my energy today.
Dirty heart, you
Today being the 25th of June 2024.
but you ain't stopping me. No
All you feed off me energy today.
energy if you
It is a little bit wet on the outside.
stopping me.
Like going to tell you today.
I can say what
Inside there go hot, 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 hot.
they could do as they please. They could never pull me down. Oh,
I want to play this song for my friend by Carla Walcott. Somebody tag her for me, please. Tell them this.
all you can't tired, but mine it don't walk in. When they try to get me fired,
Somebody tag Carla Walcott for me.
home a living, but mine that
And tell them this is our anthem. Anytime they try their personal attack, then we anthem. I started it over.
Hi, bad man. What are you telling yourself? They can't stop me now. Easy.
Somebody tag Carla for me.
They could never stop.
Somebody tag Carla for me. Make it please and thanks.
They could never pull me down.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us on Facebook or YouTube, good afternoon to you.
Come in like you full of
You are tuned into the Class in Session program with none other than Royalty James. We are here for another evening. We are here again for another Class in Session.
Give up now, advice for you. Don't try me, I'm too blessed for you. I come from
Nowadays, I don't easing up on the attacks. When they attack us, we are attacking them back.
the heart, you can say
You know, before I used to ease up,
do as
nowadays I don't easing up a fat.
no way you ain't stopping me. You could waste energy if you like, but you can't stop me. My youth, you ain't stopping me. No way you ain't. Dirty heart, you say what they want. They could never stop me no. Oh, they could do as they please. They could never pull me down. Oh Lord, I was born as a winner. I was born as a winner. Dirty heart, tell me what you see. Now come in like you full of energy. All you can't tired, but mine it don't walk in. When they try to get me fired, oh God, that ain't walking.
Kenny Lal sing. Kenny Lal sing. Listen this.
Give up now, my money still making. You've tried for years and up to now you still.
From Carla.
I'm telling you now that this thing ain't working. It's like you inherit dirty heart. You can say as you like, you could do as you please, but you ain't stopping me.
Carla, leave him to me.
You could waste energy.
Carla Walcott, leave him to me. You is my friend.
My youth, you ain't stopping.
Dirty Foot Lal sing.
Dirty heart, you say what they want. They could never stop.
Yeah, hot.
They could do as they
Tell you all they bad for his personal attack. All they could do is disgrace and try to downgrade people. They have nothing else. You know why?
all you
Tell all you today are hot. I hate shoppiness. I hate shoppiness. You could try all kind of thing. Yeah, white. You old. Tell all you are to easy up. Again, a pleasant good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. And before I get into the program, let me do all the formalities. Let me do all the formalities before I get into the meat and the crumb of the matter. As per usual, as of late, you understand me, we have been recognizing one of the persons within the party, and today we want to do so to Mrs. Yolande Bain Horsford. Miss Horsford, a pleasant good evening to you. You have been a loyalist to the New National Party. I think that every young person within the New National Party at this stage can crown you or Miss Modeste as one of the stalwart females within the New National Party. And we know you have been there for a long time, you know, and you have really shown us love and loyalty. So today we want to recognize Miss Yolande Bain Horsford. Good evening to you. All right. And right here, because I know if I don't do it, I don't hear the last of it. So let me, before I start to deal with all you, before I get me cussing when I reach in my house, let me say this now. Congratulations to my daughter, Layla Hippolyte, on being successful at the CPEA exam and moving on to the secondary chapter of her education life. Daddy loves you, Daddy congratulates you, and God's blessings to you in going forward. All right, God's blessings, my love. All right, we are going to be there with you, walking you through the entire process. And Daddy ain't going nowhere. Daddy's always going to be there. All right, Kenny Lansing. That was the formalities. I call in their name nowadays. I tell them, nowadays, you see the thing about it. They keep forgetting that in me is embedded a Victorian. They keep forgetting in me a Hawajan and malivaciousness in me. What kind of manner of man is Kenny Lansing? What kind of manner? You see, that's what I tell you. Every time them so leave the New National Party. Hey, look, my friend. Somebody say, I went in the gutter for Kenny Lansing backside today. He want to get into people's personal life and horn growing all over his back. Yes, hit him with it. Don't fret. I tell you, anytime they leave the New National Party, there is no growth for them. They continue to depreciate the political life, and even the political characteristics are being diminished by the manner of deportment, and people are seeing their nasty and uncouth behavior because they have no other way of hiding it, because what is in them is pure garbage, and nothing else can come from them, nothing else than filth, and so they cannot produce nothing else. So what we see them posting on Facebook and things, it is not a manner as if they want to do that. This is the modus operandi. This is a regular practice. They cannot display nothing else. So don't be alarmed by his behavior. Don't be alarmed by his behavior. In the manner of man in which this gentleman continues to display is that of GWS, what do you call it? GSWMA, Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority. These guys and them has nothing in them. And could you believe these people and them have nieces and nephews and wife and girl children? Big man so is so nasty and rude and ill-disciplined and ill-mannered. Big man so you have a Facebook page and you go post something so on your Facebook page. Not even understanding that other persons of a different lifestyle is looking at that. With the manner in which persons are so telling men, especially we as men, They're asking us to continue to respect women and not try to downgrade women. And every day they're asking persons to give a little more respect and how you speak about women and the manner in which you speak about women. And old dirty foot whitehead Kenny Lal single post something so on the Facebook page. Yeah, let it go and tell him I say. I'll tell you one song they have. And they will sing it for as long as. It too nasty with itself. Tell him I say. It too nasty. Definitely. I think I would have had the ad already, and the person who I'm speaking to, I have the ad, so I'm not gonna play it. I'm gonna play it, sorry, at the end of the program. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So I wanted to get that out of the way. Yes, Sister Carla, don't worry. We gonna deal with team. I tell you no, there's no backing down. I done this backing down thing. You understand? They're saying somebody every time. Listen to me. Every time something happens, is either AI or somebody hack. Why is it that these people, when NNP does something or NNP supporters does something, it is always who they know who do it. There is a Glenda Robinson page, they know who they behind it. They call it all kind of name. This person, all kind of name. But whenever something happens concerning them, right? Whenever something happens concerning them, they continue to say, is either AI or somebody hacked their profile. Well, how it is that all the other posts that has been on the profile has not been hacked. All the other things that have been posted has not been hacked. But this one thing just all of a sudden is hacked. All of a sudden. Tell them sleep with a wife. Anyway, I will behave for the purpose thereof. For the purpose thereof, I'm going to behave. Tell you they just fuck. They have a little wajan in me. You know. Mattis tell them about me. You know. I do easy. Tell all already, this program is a program I choose not to act in a particular manner because I believe there are people on the program that are willing to hear political information and have political discussions. But then these people and them those trigger you. I mean, come on, man. Politics is something. Watch out. Democracy is an opinion. Democracy is just like I rather fish. I don't eat chicken. This is what democracy simply is. And you ought not to hate a man for, okay, I want to be a Seventh-day Adventist. This one wants to be a Roman Catholic. This one rather to do this. It is just democracy is a matter of respect. That is simply what it is. I ought to respect your opinion and you respect mine. But persons are continuously going into person's life, person's lifestyle, trying to defamate their character, going into their household, going into the... come on. We continue to see this ill mannerism being displayed in Grenada through politics. You should be able to say this and say that. I can tell you people. We look at my cousins on the program. Ask Mattis how long we're doing this. We argue, we vex, we think, we disagree on certain things. But at the end of the day, it takes nothing away from me hating anybody. Me don't liking this person or me hating this person. Why you all continue to just defamate people's character and insult them? And I saw an inbox message from an individual who's sending to somebody who normally posts, supporting the NNP and threatening them and telling them if they continue to post that and they're playing, if they think them is bad boy. And how did we get here? When did we get here? So many years of a particular individual running a program. What was not said about Dr. Mitchell was what wasn't remembered. Persons viewed the individual lived his life in Grenada, not being threatened, not anything. And we didn't see those practices. We never saw those practices. I believe there are a few supporters of the NDC that is making the administration continue to look bad. I mean, they're bad already, but they're making them look worse. You all need to continue. Listen to me. And hence the reason why I took this stance whereby you see me, when I'm finished with my program, if I'm going through certain things, what I feel to comment on, I comment on it. Right? And there's a selective set of persons in whom I would go on the post and I would say something. Because I think they have an understanding as it relates to not separating our friendship or understanding to vexation over politics. This is not the manner in which it has to be done. Definitely not the manner in which it has to be done. And as I see somebody mention it, let me get on to my first conversation for the day. Based on information from the organ of the police force, an individual is presently in police custody in concerning or as it relates to barrel a gun. What I can safely say based on what we have seen thus far, more than likely this individual will be free, because when you have one gun, you get arrested and can last a lifetime in prison. But when you have a barrel, you could run, you could go. So don't worry, this person's charges are going to be dropped because that's what we've been seeing. I mean, I cannot say this is not what I've been happening. I've seen it happen or it have been happening. Right? So when you have one gun, you could spend a lifetime in prison, 60, 70 years. But when you have a barrel, the matter is going to be dropped. The matter is not going to be heard about. Not even the Prime Minister would be briefed about it. We have seen it happen in recent months. So hence the reason why we believe that at this stage, a barrel of gun, you walk. One gun, you get locked up. It's like a 5-piece and a 20-pound or a van load. Those fellas with the van load, you never hear what happened to the drugs. But those with the 5-piece, them that they in the prison. I mean... Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to read a press release from the New National Party that speaks to NMP raised alarms over Prime Minister Dickens Mitchell defense of controversial loan to MPs and cabinet ministers. For immediate release, and I read, June 24th, 2024, St. George's, Grenada, the New National Party is alarmed by recent public statement from Prime Minister Dickens Mitchell. On Sunday the 23rd, in an interview and an online podcast, the Prime Minister has questioned about the widespread allegation of sitting MPs and members of cabinet receiving exorbitant loans from the Grenada Development Bank. The Prime Minister stated that if the political or government official meets the establishment criteria of Grenada Development Bank, they are entitled to access the bank's financial service just like any other eligible citizen. It goes on to say, the statements are worrying and the actions have violated the Grenada Development Bank Act, especially Section 5, considering the prohibition relating to subloans, which clearly states, and I read so yesterday and I'm going to read it again, that the bank shall not make subloans out of proceeds of loan to a director of the bank, to a member of the legislative of the state of Grenada, or to any company controlled by any director or member of the legislator or the close relative of any such director or member of the legislator. All right, it goes on to say, based on the information that we do have here, right, that the statute is intended to prevent conflict of interest and ensure fairness and transparency in the management of public resources. While sitting MP receive millions from the Grenada Development Bank, local farmers, fishers, and small business owners struggle to access the funding. All right, they need to grow their businesses. The bank was originally designed to support the community entrepreneurs and not the politician. It goes on to say, the further concern revelations, we call to an immediate resignation of the Grenada Development Bank to restore its integrity to our financial institution. Additionally, Any minister or MP who has benefited from these loans while holding office should resign and immediately repay the bank the monies in which they have received. All right. So remember, we spoke about this yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen. And the New National Party, as a political organization, they would have again spoken further on the issue. Now, I say, as it relates to the integrity, the moral integrity of of an individual who is in public office, if you have that level of moral respect for yourself and for country, right? I don't think you would even want to think about going and take a loan by GDB. The moral etiquette about it is that if you're concerned about people knowing the reason why the bank or the banking institution is used for, you should be able to maybe use your position to see how best you can talk to an individual inside of the board to get a loan for a farmer or a fisherman or something like that. Maybe you could talk to somebody on the board, right? But not for you yourself to benefit from same. So, I mean, the New National Party, and even yesterday I shared the same sentiment, right? The act speaks to persons who can be eligible for the loan. This is not the feeling of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister in this scenario is in no way to use his own personal preferences, that he believes that because you're a Grenadian, that is not what the bank, that is not what the legislation says. That's not what the act says. So you don't contradict the act based on your position, right? You don't need to, you don't have to, because the law is there. The law is there. And so if the law is there, then there is no reason to have your own feeling. Because when you sit in public office, at the end of the day, if I'm a police officer and I have my own opinion about marijuana, and I say, but you feel me, I don't feel people should be arrested for marijuana. This is my opinion. But at the end of the day, based on my public stature, I have to arrest an individual if they're using it or if they're in possession thereof. So too, if the Prime Minister knows there is an act that governs the same, then your personal opinion is null and void. But when you're saying it in the manner in which you are, and I see an individual posted that he's on the board of the Grenada Development Bank, an individual who was basically the public relation, the voice of the National Democratic Congress during the campaign. He's on the board of the GDB. So you see, these persons continue to place people or persons in whom supported the party. And I want to believe the individual, I understand, I think he's the director of the Postal Corporation in Grenada. Right? So he's the director of the Postal Corporation in Grenada, and he holds a position on the board. Come on. Well, Logie, everybody. These fellas, I tell you, these fellas are them there on so much a board. They're like nailing. All the way you turn, these fellas are them there on some board. They're like Woodans. They're on all board, all the way you turn, they're on some board. And it is never disclosed, or it is never public knowledge unless something happen and something come up. Maybe if the Prime Minister never said that on Sunday, then we will never know that individual was part of the board. Well, I didn't know. I don't know if others was aware. But I don't understand. These fellas and them, you have a position there. You're not even doing such a good job in the position in which you're holding, and then you get a next one. As I said, fellas, they haven't worked in years. The experience is minimal. When you look at, anytime you go and ask for a job, they tell you, we want to see your experience. Experience is important. Half of the fellas that are in some board and in some areas, what is the experience? What financial backings does that individual, Rondell Robinson, have when it comes to finances, to be on a financial board? What is his backing? What is his certification? What is his qualification? Thing I know about it, I think the man could sing. Feel the man is a judge, he could judge, sing all about the place. But he on a board where you deal with financial statute. Where did he get his financial backings? How is he on that board? What qualifies him to be on that board? I guess the board is just that. You just have to be there to sit down and just listen. I guess that's what the board is about. That is what the board. And you see the level of hypocrisy that goes with it. These are people that during the campaign they say, time to get rid of the NNP because NNP giving only their friends work. Let me get rid of the NNP because they keep victimizing Grenadians and they want Grenadians' voices to be heard. Look at them now. They get in the position and they gap in it with open hands. You're not saying, what, boss, I know I have that position and I know you might want me on it. But let's try to vent and see how best we probe in getting somebody else who might be a little more qualified. You're not Grenadian. Somebody that might be home, a young person. Like Grenadians are scared. I don't know. Who are you scared so? How Grenadians get afraid so? A man say he stood in amazement on Monday when the police officers was moving vendors. He said he never see fellas, he never see big people move with discipline so. He could have swear they in a primary school. You know when they tell children, okay, put your head on the table, lie down, put your hand on your lip. If Dr. Mitchell had moved one vendor, he had protests. If Dr. Mitchell moved one doctor in the hospital, he had protests. If Dr. Mitchell missed 1 month pay, protests. If a dog messed below the tunnel, he had protests. But you see vendors picking up their stuff on Monday and moving with it. I am wondering, where is the voice? Where them people and them there who say Dr. Mitchell can't move them? And poor people this and poor people that, and Dr. Mitchell don't like poor people, and Dr. Mitchell don't want to see poor people strive, and he's sending police to them. Before by the time they see 3 van load, they say Kid Mitchell, the police force is his, and he afraid. Nowadays you don't 3 and 4, you have 11. 11. But nobody is saying nothing. When the ghetto youths, when the police, they say police fighting them. Kid Mitchell and police fighting them fellas. Bossmen. Kid Mitchell, they say, all you say Kid Mitchell want only make $1. He's sending police in town to send all you back. And Kid Mitchell don't like ghetto youths. And ghetto youths have to get freedom. Where these voices? Where are those people? Oh, all you didn't know, all you didn't, wasn't, isn't, or was going to know this was going to happen to is you guys? Huh? You all wasn't aware. All you see fall shitting and all you think was egg. Look at the nice one. Google, I don't calling him in the man name. Google are calling him. You know the answer to everything. Google. But let me bring you back to a little piece of hypocrisy. That's going to bring a little air to our conversation today. Listen to him during the campaign and I tell you, nowadays you know me, you know the program. The program don't deal with hearsay. The program deal with facts. The program is one where you hear more than, and right now we're working on visual. We're working on visual. So you will see what I'm playing. Somebody say they want to see what I'm playing. They may feel like as a ventriloquist. I'm not talking like him.
The National Democratic Congress commits to regularizing the status of contract workers who are working for the government and Imani workers who are working for the government within 12 months of assuming office.
An NDC government will put an end to contract workers in the public service as soon as it takes office. There is no need for a parallel public service in Grenada. All workers will be given permanent status.
A few moments later.
In order to treat with that, we simply cannot take all of them and make them established public servants for the simple reason that it will bankrupt the government. It will not be sustainable.
Why can't these workers be absorbed into the current pension scheme that will be under review as part of the regularization process, with whatever new pension scheme that would be in place for the more established public workers.
It's just not financially sustainable. It's just not financially sustainable. It's just not financially sustainable.
Put everybody, put all the money on the permanent staff. Put all nurses on the permanent. Put all, everybody. Just put them, because you're wicked if you don't do it. Yes. Go in government. Go into government and do that and find out who is going to support you. Go, then you will find out and they'll say, I didn't understand and I did not know. That's why you have to come in to a training school first and learn before you become the hippie.
Tell me Dr. Mitchell is not a prophet. At this stage of our political endeavor, ladies and gentlemen, tell me that Dr. Mitchell does not now hold a perfect position to be called a political prophet. You heard it yourself. During the election, he said it on numerous occasions. On that occasion, he said it in the House of Parliament. When we said what we said during the campaign, they said, nah man, he just don't want to come out of power. He want to keep Grenadians under poverty. They say it could happen. They say it could happen, don't worry. We are going to make it happen. But then, ladies and gentlemen, then, when you give them the opportunity, you're hearing things like this.
Moments later.
In order to treat with that, we simply cannot take all of them and make them established public servants for the simple reason that it will bankrupt the government. It will not be sustainable.
Why can't these workers be absorbed into the current pension scheme that will be under review as part of the regularization process, with whatever new pension scheme that would be in place for the more established public workers?
It's just not financially sustainable.
What?
It's just not financially sustainable.
What?
It's just not financially sustainable.
Okay. Dr. Mitchell said what? Go into office. He said go inside there. He said go inside there. And he said that before that, you know. What Dr. Mitchell said was during the campaign, you know. What this gentleman is saying here, he said it Sunday. If you have never seen or heard a perfect prediction before, I'll just play one for you. Because Dr. Keith Claudius Mitchell, as an experienced politician and political leader and prime minister, exceeding more than 2 decades, understood financially what the pension reform would have been a conversation about, and this regularization would have been a conversation about. A man seeing the future because of knowledge and experience. Not because, oh, he don't want nobody to do this. But he saw a future in which he could have predicted because of his experience and knowledge about the conversation. That is why he spoke it. He didn't spoke it because he didn't want Grenadian. He wished. Knowing Dr. Mitchell personally, Dr. Mitchell wished the next day, every time he took office, and he go in the office and he said, you don't regularize, he wish he could have tell you, sign here. Knowing the Dr. Mitchell I know, knowing the Keith Mitchell I know, would have been happy to walk around for himself with the book for person to sign to take them out on contract and regularization payment. But as a mathematician, as you say, numbers just turn him on. As a mathematician, as an experienced leader, as a prime minister, as somebody understanding finances and economy, would have foreseen or would have said that with that happening, there would have been some form of hindrances to our economy. And he said it. When he spoke about pension and pension payment, he said pension reform must be a conversation. Could never forget, I listened the entire clipping when he spoke about it at the Trade Center. He said pension reform must be an important conversation for pension payment. They said a lie. Dr. Mitchell what? Dr. Mitchell, you lie. How could lie so? One of the first or second sitting in Parliament, the Minister of Labour stood in the House of Senate and said nearly the same thing Dr. Mitchell said about, they need to speak to the different unions about pension and pension reform. Understanding politics, being experienced in politics does not require to stay in politics. He expects you to extend the knowledge that you have. And when he spoke about it, he didn't have to do it. Dr. Mitchell could have kept that in the back of his mind for years and said, hey, yeah, let it come in office and let it feel that could happen. He could have kept it in mind. But he warned them. He warned the Grenadians. He said, don't listen to that. This is hard to do. Retroactive payment is there to be made. Retroactive payment is simple. You haven't paid somebody for 10 years. You do the calculation. You pay them the lump sum of money. That is simple. That is everyday thing. Pension retroactive payment is simple. A man that work for 7 months, you do his calculation. This is his retroactive payment. So a man had to get his retroactive payment or pension from whenever you retire to date, you give him money. But when coming up with that money on a monthly basis, when the government is already not collecting anything, the government is not collecting things like NIS for pension payment. The government, when they're paying you pension, is starting from zero. From the pockets of each and every Grenadian in whom this individual, in whom they're paying, did not contribute to that funding that they're entitled to get now. So those of you who have never been a public servant, right? You are paying that individual's monies in which they never paid for. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because sometimes you need to give the contribution to the people who did and continue to do for the state. But Dr. Mitchell spoke about consultation and being able to speak to the unions and an understanding. NIS could pay that. You have made that contribution. When NIS is paying you back your money, monies in which you would have given. But when you speak pension payment, you did not contribute as a public servant. There is no deduction towards pension payment. So this is a money government has to suffice for, in which nobody saved for. Could you imagine that? Imagine giving somebody monies after working for you in which they never saved. And at the end of the day, this is a recurring practice, meaning ever so often somebody is retiring from the public service. And then at this stage, when you look at it, there are so many advisors who have met the pension, gotten the retroactive, they're presently on contract, the government is paying them a salary, they're on a contract, and they would have collected a retroactive payment. So imagine one Grenadian is collecting that. Because government has, as of late, well, the succession plan, just the police force alone, just the headquarters of the police force alone, do the maths. For the fellas that then they call back, who are reached retirement stage, collected a retroactive payment, continue to get the pension payment, and continue to get a salary. One person, 3 payments. So when Dr. Mitchell spoke about that, he wasn't in no way trying to just tell you, okay, I want to make NDC look bad. Hear them today. Listen to the conversation. It is the same thing that Dr. Mitchell said a few years ago. We just celebrated what, its 2nd year? So it was prior to this when Dr. Mitchell said this. And we need to understand that the conversation of retroactive payment, regularization, taking people off contract work is a dumb conversation to hold without consultation. You can still having people in this technological age have them jumping up about, oh, the government want to take out everybody on contract. That cannot happen. It also looks bad to if you want aid. Another important factor. Now, if an individual, right, has their building, their house, they renovate it, paint it up nice, they just put a new room, and so on and so forth. They're looking good. Everybody in the house, 3 persons in the house, everybody have a vehicle, plus you have a scooter. How would you feel if that person come to you 3-4 days down the road, or a month, 2 months or down the road, and say to you, lend me $3,000, lend me $4,000? How would you view that person? What would you see that as? Because in the back of your mind, you would believe, well, if that person could just renovate, they could now build a house, they have vehicle in the yard, that they could be able to stand on themselves. There's one individual in whom you're going to ask assistance for would look at it. Because they would be of the belief to themselves that, hey, why you coming and ask me for money for? He just built the house, he looking good. Now, if the countries outside are looking onto Grenada and seeing what? This man only make everybody take them out of contract, they regularize everybody, they pay everybody. Now, if you were to ask for aid or assistance, how do you think another country would look onto Grenada? You think somebody will pull out the money in their pocket, knowing that they themselves, as in every other country, as they don't say nowadays, every country has their own problem, and just say to themselves, what? Let me give Grenada, man. Let me give Grenada $2 million, $3 million. Let me give them a grant to build certain things, because it wouldn't be looked on so. So you see, we just look at the minor picture, but there is a major picture behind all of this. The reluctance to aid is going to become an issue. So sometimes, let me tell you something. In everything in life, certain things ought to happen. Everybody can be doctor. Everybody can be lawyer. Life is proportionate. Life in itself gives that level that everybody can be on the same page. You go in a school and everybody teaching Spanish. You go to school and everybody teaching agricultural science. You go to a school and everybody teaching maths. At the end of the day, you would realize that yes, some people you don't need any work. You have a time you can just realize, oh, what is the sense? In every life, every country you go in, somebody had a contract, somebody don't regularize, somebody have worked for a long period of time. That is the cycle of employment. Because it's a growth process, you know. You could start 2-3 years, you take, and let me tell you something. And it becomes even more difficult in our Caribbean lifestyle. The manner in which we take in people from home that are retired and have resigned or whatever, and bring them back to give them work. So what you really realize that sometimes, even if you want to move those from below, you would realize that nobody is moving from the top. So sometimes, yes, you want to move them up. But if you're moving them up to where? You will just be top heavy. Because those at the top, instead of bringing them up, like as let me use the Royal Grenada Police Force as example, right? You have individuals within the organization in whom can go up in rank. Right? But then, instead of bringing them up, you take out 2 from home, or 3 from home, and you bring them back in the police force. So, you had no other choice than to what now? Demote those that should be successfully moving up. This is what you call succession plan. Because at the end of the day, the head is not moving, the top is not moving. And even if you're moving the top, you are feeling it with whom? Person that should be home seated. So those that are at the bottom cannot move up because you cluster the head with persons who should be home. So then the succession plan is not making sense. So we're going back to the conversation of regularization and contract. It becomes difficult to do that with everybody. Because I am certain that there are times when you become fully employed, there are certain things that goes on with what? Your salary. Right? In terms of your perks, what you can get, what you can receive, what you shouldn't receive. Because when you go up in certain movement, in certain ranks and certain things like that, you have certain things that comes with your salary and something. Regularize everybody. Contract everybody. Take out everybody and contract. Papi show. Papi show. And you see, when the conversation comes around, ladies and gentlemen, they tell you, oh, I'll just run in on NDC. But here it is yourself. You're listening to them yourself. And nobody needs to run from it. Right? We're playing it and you're listening to it. We are playing it and you're listening to it. Even private sectors, ladies and gentlemen. And those are we're moving from the conversation. Even private sectors are being affected with the way in which this organization and this administration is running this country. You don't believe that? Check out how many things are happening in Grenada. Not as a government, not under government, but even private sectors and private entities. And you're wondering what is going on in Grenada. And I'm going to give you a 4 minutes long listen. I think he may not like me to play it, but I have to play it. He made it public. But I want you to listen to this because, I mean, it has been a clarion call in the past few weeks, asking what is happening in Grenada, knowing that Carnival has been launched in Grenada. Now, we are into what? The week of Fisherman Birthday. I am a social media freak. What is going on in St. John's for Fisherman Birthday? Tell me. I am not seeing the wow. There is no vigor. And I'm from Victoria, so now I'm telling you, there's a feeling that comes around you when it comes to Fisherman Birthday. You get that sense that, hey, listen to me, we know Carnival is coming. You know, Fisherman Birthday gave you that kind of vibe, like, listen to me, let's start the mass properly. Growing up in Victoria, from the time you finish with Reservoir Jam in St. Mark's, you know the next great thing to happen in Grenada is Fisherman Birthday. I'm on Facebook, I see the other walk the other day, I'll help walk, they dance around the thing. It is Tuesday. In any case, Spice Mass Corporation. And one of our most vibrant individuals who ever chaired Spice Mass Corporation voiced his opinion on certain things last night. And I'm very, very reluctant to play that clipping, you know, because I don't want nobody stereotyping. But anyway, it is public knowledge, it's open to the public, and I'm playing it on my program. I am saying to you, it is not affiliated in any way with the conversation that I'm having politically. I am just sharing that there are other people in Grenada that are actually affected by the manner in which Spice Mass Corporation is presently spearheading our culture, our mecca of cultural presentation.
I'm about to get in trouble. The last time I spoke about Spice Mass, I got in trouble. Some people got their feelings hurt, and I am probably now going to be unemployable for Spice Mass after I talk about today's topic, because some of you very sensitive, very, very sensitive. But listen, is it only me that not feeling the Spice Mass vibe? Listen, we just about 6 weeks away from Spice Mass. Am I the only person that not feeling the energy? What's really going on? Okay. Now I know you're putting all kind of thing up on social media because we now pandering to a social media world. But listen, I ain't feeling the energy. I ain't seeing no life coming out of those Calypso tents. And I know those Calypso tents happening. So I really want to encourage you all at Spice Mass to do something for us to feel the energy. After the launch of Spice Mass, everything just went so blue. No energy. Nothing to encourage us to keep jumping and to keep getting excited about Spice Mass 2024. I know you're going to vex because I'm talking about it. Okay, and I know you're sensitive. But listen, them vendors also quarrel. I hear a vendor complaining that now they have to pay $800 to vend on the carronage. Yes, $800. It gone up to vend on the carronage. Now, these people hardly made any money last year. Okay? And you're responsible for that. And you know why you're responsible for that? Because you have not made Spice Mass, or you've stopped Spice Mass from being a spectator event. Okay? And you're responsible, and let me tell you why you're responsible. You're responsible because you have all sorts of rules in place that you don't enforce. Okay? The Monday night mass ban ain't reaching Lagoon Road sometimes till 11 p.m. Long ago, by 6, 7 o'clock, them bands, them move in. So the vendors couldn't make her money. No, you have all rules in place. And let me tell you what we're good at as Grenadians. We're good at crossing I's and dotting T's on paper to say that we have the rules and regulations in place. But enforcing the rules and regulations, out the door. We just like to, yes, we have that covered. Yes, we have that covered, but no enforcement. Okay, and I'm talking fancy bands too. They leaving, sometimes the first band ain't reaching Lagoon Road till about 6 in the afternoon, so you can't come out and spectate. I know long ago you used to be able to bring your children. You're all up by the craft center, you stand up and you'll be able to bring your children to watch Monday night mass. Now you can't do it because the first band ain't crossing till 11 o'clock, and guess what? All of them line up since 6 o'clock, eh? And you're wondering why the vendors can't make a money. You're responsible for that. But no, you decide to increase the fee this year. Now the band leaders also complaining because I see you have some kind of rule that I really don't understand. As I tell you, I know you will get vexed. You can't be so sensitive. People are allowed to talk and people are allowed to express their opinion. They used to say all kind of thing about me when I was sitting in the seat. My backboard, I used to have to take it. Listen, I hear you telling them bands now, those that have 1,000+ people, that they only allowed one music truck. And if any other truck, we talking food truck, we talking music truck, they have to pay an additional $5,000 per truck. I'm really trying to figure out what really going on. You're also telling them they can't have toilet trucks in the band. Listen, you gonna put portable potties along the route? You will ensure those portable potties are maintained to the highest standard? I really feel you need to, how did I say, reel and come again, Spice Mass. I know all you go vex, or you probably wouldn't call me and give me no work to man no gate. But I had to say what I say.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it there yourself. As I said to you, one of the persons who literally sat in the chair. And I'm playing that to take from it. You hear the increase in prices that we're hearing there? You hear the increase in prices? When I said to you guys that this is an administration that have kept the economy stable, I ain't joking about it. I don't care what you guys say. Because they have put things in place and strategized properly to ensure that they can get from every level. So when we heard about the upgrade, everybody, yeah man, let me go and upgrade it. Nice. They pass a lot to do that. So everybody is thinking now the upgrade of the license. Nobody calculating the finances behind it. Now let's take it and calculate. As we would know for the many of us who are in the St. George's area, from by the police station to over to the supermarket area. Let's calculate how many vendors that are on either side of the road. Calculate for yourself in your mind. Because me, I could do and check maybe about 16 to 20 or more. Ladies and gentlemen, to the amount of persons that sell on the carronage. Some of them or most of them selling similar items. In that 2 days period, very few walk out with maybe a good $2,000 in the pocket. Very few. Very few. Now tell me, how in your sane mind, knowing that these individuals are basically there to maybe, as we say, get a little pankwai. You charge vendors $800 for vending. $800? $700. No, when you Lord, if Dr. Mitchell did bad and these people good, I don't know what good. I can't tell what is good. I can't tell what is good. No, you took away from the carnage, the whole mass. You, as he said in the clipping, the recent carnival, it rarely reaches on the carnage. I had one friend that tell me they had a bar on the carnage, and for the past 2 days, I think they maybe walk out there with a good maybe like a 1,001. Now, some of these people, even if they take those items, some of them may take it on concession because there are persons who might have a little blight with the breweries and so on, and they take the little thing on concession. So take it to mean a man who walk out with a grand too. What he sold might come up to about $700. Let's be realistic. So you spend that 2 days and you walk out with $200 in your hand. $300. I mean, it's a blessing. But the mere fact that you go inside it is to reap its benefit. The mere fact that you lose that 2 days to come outside is to reap its benefit. And as I said to you, similarly, when you're walking on the carriage in the night time, you walk from here to there chicken and chips, from there to there fish and chips, from here to there barbecue. Similar items are being displayed. I mean, you can't ask them to change it. But you need to have some form of empathy in understanding that, listen to me, this is a serious grind. So to take from them, it doesn't make sense. I mean, at the end of the day, let's heighten the manner in which, we regularize the manner in which you get a shed. Meaning, persons with the badges, persons should have clean water. I mean, if you regularize those things, and you keep them people at a level, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is not, to me, this shouldn't be, because I like NDC, I go support that. People, this is the livelihood of your sister, your brother, anybody, your far relative. Then the mass bands and the trucks. As he said, the laws are there. I've known it since I was a police officer. You taking duty for parade at the band since 1 o'clock. 12, you're going down for briefing. 1 o'clock, you're walking towards your destination. They're saying mass band passing by 2. In truth and in fact, sometimes you check yourself by 3. By 3, sometimes they pass. There were enough time for some mass bands to make the wrong, go H.A. Street, come back on the carriage. For those of us who, I don't know how many of us could remember that. I was a police officer and I could remember that. There are trucks that they left at a particular time that had enough time to go up Young Street, come down H.A. pass stop H.A. as carriage area, go back Tantin, come back by Tropicana and come back on the carriage. It had depreciated in the years and the years and the years because bands have become bigger and bigger. But you need to start at this stage being prompt that it relates to the protocol and timing. You hear mass bands time to move, they tell you revelers to reach here. So what you're telling me, when you pay for a ticket to leave Grenada, the plane waits on you? You pay for your ticket already? So if masqueraders pay for their costume, and they decide, you tell them, well, every band has to move by 2 o'clock, and they don't want to move, go with your band. Go with your band. So, well, the mass bands got bigger. I'm seeing somebody saying that we need to start by Pandy Gap. But they bring them further back because they say the mass band get bigger. But like the bigger the mass band get, is it later they start? Because the fact of the matter is, mass band owners are waiting for the revelers. Man, 2 o'clock, 2:15, first truck. Move. You will make your ban up by the post office in Granite. If you don't do that, how is going to happen? And then they say, one truck. When I listened to that initially, I paused it for a while and I said, one truck? And I'm thinking. And then he spoke about the $5,000 extra. I said, what? 5,000? People, if you do listen to this, you would swear to Jah that this is a joke. You would swear that this is a joke, man. You'd swear that this is a joke. Can be in this technological age, at this stage of governance. I mean, a political organization or somebody up high echelons cannot come down and say, listen to me, this is ridiculous. You're straining the people that have placed us there to be there for them. I tell persons, I can never forget that. 2020. The conversation came out as it relates to a legislation that the past administration wanted to pass during COVID-19. You heard it the Friday. By the Monday morning, you couldn't have heard about it. Because by the time the call came out, persons shared their opinion and the administration saw to themselves that. You know how many times I've heard and have been briefed about going and move vendors, taking out vendors day and taking out vendors day and breaking down things? I'm telling you, personally, I was part of a squad to go and break down all the buildings in Saigon. That's in Montu, Sugar Mill Roundabout. I was part of a squad for that. Briefed and ready to go. I moved from police officer to carpenter because we were going to break down everything. And then persons had conversations with, at the time, the parliamentary representative there. I think it was Mr. Steele. Whoever make a call and whoever made a call. And then the officer in charge made his call to his officers and said, listen to me, stand down. Listening to the clarion call of the people on the ground. Listening to that clarion call. There were incidents that were happening there. There were things that were happening there, and persons' decision was to break it down. And then the decision makers came together. Politicians, police officers, I think they formed a committee. They had a conversation. What happened? Every Friday night they were starting to have events there. Police officers was present instead of breaking down the building. That is what they came up with. The idea, okay, and today, Saigon is still there. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, there are draconian decisions that you need to make. But there are times you need to have the conversation. The conversation is important. The feedback is important. People need to know. You need to sometimes come down from on the chair. Come down from on the chair. You don't just sit back and make those draconian decisions. Or you sit back and you watch an entity make draconian decision on the backs of your Grenadian people. There was an fluctuation of gas prices all over the world. All over the world were complaining about it. And they're still complaining about it. Persons were coming down on the back. Protest action took place by the new national when the new national party was in office. Protest actions about gas prices. Politicians met. Decision made. Let's put a cap on the price. It does not go past 15. One, you aid in the consumer's finances while bargaining the cost of the state. So at the end of the day, the government is paying the same amount of money for gas. Whenever gas price go up or go down or go across, the state pays the price. But as the consumer, you on the ground, you weren't feeling it. Because there was one time when we were checking gas prices, I can recall, the $40 gas we were still getting was all the way up to $50 or $55. If the cap of gas prices wasn't like how it was. So sometimes as government administration, your role and function sometimes is to just simply cushion the effect for the persons on the group. Because they're the ones who give you your job. So sometimes all they want for you is to stand for them. And say, listen to me. That my people, watch. That go tough, that $800 you're calling them. I mean, I understand, thing and thing, but I mean, what's the matter of the $800? The carriers get different. What is the cause for the $800 now? When you clearly state recently that what the World Bank said that the food prices are going down, or their prices going down. You said so. So why bring up the price? What is the purpose of the increase in price? Well, maybe the vendors will go and sell on the water. Or they have a big thing where the vendors will go and stand up outside. Well, like, well, the person didn't say that, but I guess the vendors are now paying for the light. Yeah, light and the kind of I guess that is what they pay. Aye. Ladies and gentlemen, as is always said, all good things must come to an end. And today, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of our broadcast for today. As per usual, it was a pleasure being here with you guys. To the persons on YouTube, wow. YouTube, when I spoke to the persons on YouTube yesterday, they were like, nah. What? Facebook on 1,000? Well, YouTube just moved to 993. I think yesterday they were on 987? Yeah, thereabouts. So we got about 6 new subscribers. So we're looking for much more subscribers. We're going to celebrate when we hit that 1,000 mark. And I believe it will happen this week. All you say, I find it will happen this week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for our information, the St. George's Northwest Constituency meeting is scheduled for tomorrow, Wednesday, the 26th of June, 2024, at 6 p.m. at the Happy Hill Secondary School. Come listen, be informed, and engage. You going to get the likes of the political leader, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Claudius Mitchell, the MP for St. Andrews Southeast, Sister Emmeline Pear, the MP for St. Mark's, Dr. Clarice Modest Cohen, the constituency lead for St. John's, Alvin Dabrio, and the voice of our dear brother Nilon Franklin. All right, so go ahead to the persons out there, go be a part of that. I'm not going to read this one because we have a clip in for this one. All right, so we're going to actually play the clip in for this one. All right, Crunch, the first kids brunch happens on August 24th from 12 to 7 p.m. Join us for an exclusive brunch for the kids. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a fantastic event. I want persons to go and be a part of the event. I know many of you all have been to all kind of big time brunch, but this one is for the kids. This is the first one that is happening anywhere in Grenada. This brunch is happening for the first time for the kids in Grenada, right? It is only $85. You get a prize for best dress, face painting, games, and giveaways. You can call them on 537-1915. This will be happening at the Simon Restaurant and Bar Lounge. All right, so go ahead and be a part of this one. There are some beautiful delights that goes with the crunch menu. You got sweet tooths, you got crunchables, and you got pick a drink. All right, so you're going to be a part of this one. All right, to the people of Carriacou and PT Martinique, you guys on Friday, I'm seeing here that this Friday you're going to have a wonderful time at a barbecue or a summer luncheon, barbecue wings, roast chicken, grilled fish, chow mein, fried rice, and green salad. This is only $20 and ice cold bar awaits you, so go be a part of this one also. What else do we have on the menu? The Rouge Police Force Immigration Department, this Saturday, they present to you Stamp Out 2.0, music by DJ Danny and DJ Blackstorm. Boarding time 8 o'clock is sailing time. All right, $70 barbecue included. Go be a part of this one. Your outlets are GoToFet. You can check Full Brass. Call him on 456 7273. Sorry, you can call Redhead on 538. What I'm seeing here, 3516. All right. So that's another event. Don't forget to check out D&D Sports Bar. They're located in Grandlands, St. George's. And you can link me and just call me on 536-5843. We're going to give you the location. It is just around the post office, just before you get a pedestrian crossing. That road that takes you up to John Angley. You can check out that road there. The pink building right ahead of you. We're going to be putting up some signs in a few weeks. All right, so you all will know where you're going. Brendan Trent's Promotion, they present this Saturday night these birthday bash and the launch of Northeast Revelers Mass Band. That will be at the Vendom Community Center. Go be a part of this one. Free food and drinks will be on sale starting time 7 p.m. All right. Also, to the people of New York, the NNP New York Support Group, they do cordially invite you to attend an exquisite affair, an evening of elegant style and class, Saturday, July 13th, 2024 at 9 p.m. Music by DJ Jude and Small Clothes. Tickets are only $100. Attire formal, all-inclusive event. Come experience delightful entertainment, fine dining, graceful dancing, and a lively auction. The Legacy Loft, 9302 Ditmas Avenue at Brooklyn in New York. All right. So go be a part of this one. You can call Cathy, Wendy McGuire, Aisha Oliver, PD Francis, or Sharon Caesar. You can check out any one of them. All right. And they would be able to give you whatever bit of information that you have to get. All right. So let me just be able to play this one right here.
The New National Party New York Support Group invites you to an exquisite evening of elegance, a formal and all-inclusive affair, Saturday, July 13, 2024, 9 in the evening. Music by DJ Jude and DJ Small Clothes. Tickets $100. Experience delightful entertainment, fine dining, graceful dancing, and lively auction. All at the Legacy Loft, 9302 Ditmas Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11236. Former Grenada Prime Minister and NNP political leader of His Majesty's opposition, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, will be the guest of honor, accompanied by Dwight Horsford, MPs Emmeline Pear and Peter David, and Senator Nolan Cox. An evening you will forever remember. Contact Cathy 347-262-6818. Wendy 917-602-1476. Aisha 917-520-3164. PD 917-642-7187. Or Sharon 862-234-0879. The New National Party, the pride of Grenada.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, so yeah, I played it and I said it, right? Yes, I just want you guys to be a part of this one. I think we also have this one. I don't know if it's the same thing, no?
New National Party New York chapter invites you to their town hall meeting on Sunday, July 14th. Gather with the New National Party at the American Legion Hall, 1130 East 92nd between Conklin and Glenwood. Come and hear from Caracou's very own Nolan Cox, the lady Emmeline Pear, Peter David, Dwight Horsford, and the former Prime Minister of Grenada and political leader of the New National Party, Dr. Keith Mitchell. 5 p.m. is the time. Join us to discuss the nation's business. Add your voice to the conversation. Share your concerns and ask the questions. Voice your opinions. And hey, your presence will make the difference. Looking forward to seeing you there. Remember the date, time, and place. And that is on Sunday, the 14th of July, 5 p.m. Americans Legion Hall, 1130 East 92nd between Conklin and Glenwood. Grenada's New National Party moving on, and ain't nobody can stop them now.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and we will end with this. And listen to me, New York, based on how good you all behave, we may just have something exquisite for you guys. So just New York, just behave. The persons of New York, just behave, be on all your best behavior, because we want to give all you like a nice little surprise. So we want to ensure that the persons of New York be on their best behavior. You understand me? So New York, just behave, and we may just have something special for you guys. All right, so just remember that I said so.
Are you ready? Let's go!
Grenada. Get ready as the new National Party invites all to its 40th anniversary fundraising bingo event. Sunday, July 14th from 5 p.m. at Victoria Park, Grenville. Over $100,000 in cash and prizes to be won. Imagine you can win a Suzuki Ignis hybrid car, $50,000 in cash, plus other fantastic prizes. Tickets are $60 for one or $100 for two. Free buses will be available island-wide. Don't miss it, or you might just see your neighbor driving a Suzuki Ignis. Sunday, July 14th, we're heading to Victoria Park in Grenville for the new National Party 40th Anniversary Fundraising Bingo.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, so that brought us to the end of another wonderful evening of the Class in Session program. Somebody's asking about Toronto, though. We're walking on Toronto. We come in. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I aforementioned, that brings us to the end of another wonderful evening. We want to also remind you guys that Trendy Nails, they're doing a pedicure course. What is close? Trendy Nails along with Lush, they're doing a pedicure course. You can book right now. It's only $500. It is 2 days, 7 and 8. And it will be from 9 to 12. We're still waiting for the place to be announced, and we would inform you guys. So you can call 449-9707, and you will be able to get more information concerning that. All right, so you guys have yourself a wonderful, wonderful evening. God's blessings to each and every one of you, and we'll see you again tomorrow here at the Class in Session program. It was a pleasure to be here with you guys again for another day. I want to big up my friend before I go away. I want to big up my good friend. Where is it? Somebody said to me that somebody was celebrating. I think I lost it, I think I lost it. But to the persons that are celebrating their birthday or wedding anniversary, whatever it is that you're celebrating right now, I want you to take the time off and give God all the praise. Thank you, Jesus, that you're celebrating another year, another 2 years, and so on and so forth. So God's blessings to each and every one of you. Go with God, and may we again see tomorrow. We would have had a wonderful time today, and don't forget, same time, same place. My name is Royalty James, signing out for another wonderful day. All right.
Hi, Batman. What are you telling yourself? You can't stop me, dog. Easy. Dirty, you say